Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. The heart-wrenching videos of the demolition of Igbo properties in Lagos had continued to be troubling to most Nigerians. And in the midst of it, it is difficult to convince other Nigerians outside Lagos and within Lagos that the exercise is not targeted against the Igbos, because the Lagos state government is struggling so hard to convince people that this is a routine exercise to ensure that the right thing is done in land administration and has nothing to do with targeting any ethnic group in Nigeria. But there is a video by Tunde Bakare which adds to the reason why many people do not believe, which makes people not to believe or find it difficult to believe that this is not targeted at the Igbos. Now, this video by Pastor Tunde Bakare of Latter Rain Assembly, the link, I'll put it under this video so that you go and watch it. And when you watch it, you will know that it will trouble you a lot. This is because of what Tunde Bakare revealed in that video. Tunde Bakare said, and I quote, I'm quoting him from the video, you watch it. I put the link down there for you to go and watch so that you can verify what I'm saying. Tunde Bakare said, I was in a meeting few days back last week, and they said, the Igbos, we must find a way of checkmating them. I sat there in the midst of them, and the man said, you are not even saying anything. I said, is there offense there? He said, they have bought everywhere in Lagos. They are buying and buying. And I said, when they came with gun and shot your people, or your people collected money for the purchase. Baba looked at me and said, why are you like this? And I said, I'm like that. Did your people sell to them? Or they brought out gun and say your land or your life? Why don't you match their industry? Who asked you to sell your land? That was the end of the meeting. If you are going to invite me to a meeting where we are going to move the nation forward, don't pitch one ethnic group against the other. It is not going to work for those of us who believe that the best of the North and the best of the South must come together to steer the ship of our nation. End of quote. That is what Pastor Tunde Bakare revealed in the video I'm talking about. And he said this at the pulpit as a pastor in his church. Now, with this, you know that, take note of this first, that Tunde Bakare is one of the elites, is part of the elites of the elites in Lagos of Yoruba extraction. That a meeting could be called where the issue that was to be deliberated was about how to contend the Igbos buying, as he said, buying and buying of lands in Lagos. That should be of concern to most Nigerians. That should be of concern to those who believe in one Nigeria and those who think that this nation is a united nation in which everyone has a right to live and prosper in any inch of it, as long as this is one Nigeria. It is troubling that the elite could call a meeting in Lagos. And don't forget, this particular video had been old. It's an old video. This video was there before Peter Obi phenomenon. Because let us assume, without conceding, that what is happening to people of Southeast extraction or the Igbos in Lagos was because they allegedly voted for Peter Obi in the last election. Let us assume so. But this particular meeting that Pastor Tunde Bakare talks about, that he was invited to, it predates Peter Obi's emergence as the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. If that is the case, it means that this thing had been in the minds of certain group of elite in Lagos to execute it. Now, when you have this kind of video and what Tunde Bakare revealed in it, how would you then be convinced that what is going on is not deliberate? And you can bet that with the reaction of Pastor Bakare to this meeting, what transpired there, how he opposed it. Because he said, after he said what he said, that was the end of the meeting. So you can guarantee then that in subsequent meeting that they will hold, they will not invite Pastor Bakare. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. By the attitude of Bakare to that meeting, you will know that he was not in support of the agenda. Now, if he was not in support of the agenda, and he has explained so clearly his own response to it, those who have the agenda, did they abandon it that day because Pastor Bakare opposed it? Or would they move on and then say, look, this man doesn't know what he's doing. He's talking about one Nigeria and all that. That's not our business. Our business is to make sure that we grab the lands back. We have to find a way to grab the land back from the Igbos. Bakare don't know what he's talking about. We know what we are doing. We know why we call this meeting. So in subsequent meetings, they will not invite Pastor Bakare. That's my analysis of what will happen going forward after the way that Bakare talked. Yes, he said something nice. It was to his credit that he was patriotic, he was nationalistic about his response. But were the others convinced? Obviously, the others will not be convinced. Those who called the meeting, those who, in their mind, those who even contemplate the meeting. Because, the mind is the greatest instrument of whatever we see on earth, both physical, the seen and the unseen. So for you to even sit down and think about that the Igbos are a problem in Lagos, that they are grabbing lands, that they are buying up lands, we need to grab these lands back as an agenda to discuss, is what should be of concern to people. And those who come up with the idea are not going to discard it just because Tunde Bakare says so. The only people that can stop them are those in authority. But are you sure that those who call that meeting are not the people calling the shot right now in Lagos, one way or the other? And they are therefore implementing the agenda of that meeting that Bakare was invited. That's the million-dollar question to ask. So without the revelation, why will it be why will many people be convinced that it's not targeted? Why would many people not be convinced? Most people will be convinced that what is going on in Lagos is targeted at the Igbos. Anybody who saw that video, the link you can go to the link and check it out. Anyone who watched that video will be convinced that what is going on in Lagos is targeted at the Igbos. And the troubling part of it is that those who convened that meeting, that warranted and invited Bakari, they are not small people. They are part of the elites of the elites, the elites of the elites in Lagos. And perhaps in the southwest, many of them may not even be from Lagos State. And they are disturbed by the alleged Igbo buying of properties in Lagos, buying and buying, as Tunde Bakari put it. Now, I have heard people say that it was not only Igbo properties that were being destroyed or pulled down by the ongoing demolitions in Lagos. I've seen it. I've seen people comment on it on social media. I've seen it elsewhere, people saying it. Why are they making a whole lot of noise about this, that this thing, it doesn't only concern, it doesn't only affect the Igbos. But I say, really? Then why are the others not complaining? Why are the other Nigerians affected, not complaining? Why is it that I have not seen the Hausas, the Fulanis, the Edos complaining? I'm yet to see anyone. Please, if you see anyone, any mansion or all these buildings I'm seeing in Lagos that are being destroyed that belongs to Hausa, Fulani and some, please put a link. Put the pictures and the link to that in the commentary box so that we'll go and check it out. Because I'm worried. I'm also concerned about the fact that I've not seen Hausas complaining. I have not seen Fulanis complaining. I have not seen Edos complaining. Or are you telling me that the Hausas, the Fulanis, and the Edos, among others, will keep quiet if their mansions are pulled down in Lagos without compensation? That these Hausas, the Edos, the Fulanis are so rich that they don't give a damn if their multi-million mansions were pulled down by the Lagos state government. They just say, thank you very much, Sanwo-Olu, thanks, and they move on. And look and ask, please, where can we get another land so that we can buy? Where is it that is approved so that we can buy and start building a new one? Is that what the Hausas and the Fulanis and the Edos are doing in Lagos? If they are affected by these demolitions, it is because majority of what we have seen, and that is why, if you look at it, Ohaneze had waded into this matter. So why is it the Arewa Consultative Forum have not said anything about it? If it had affected the Hausas, why is it that the Fulani Cattle Rearers Association have not waded into the matter if it had affected the Fulani? Why is it that the ACF, Arewa Consultative Forum, have not waded into the matter? Because we know how they react when something happens to some of the markets that are dominated by the Hausas in Lagos. So why didn't they say anything? Or the Hausas and the Fulanis and the others who own mansions that were pulled down in Lagos, they are so rich that they don't care, that they are even excited that their properties were pulled down. So that's to show you that you can't convince anyone that this was not targeted at the Igbos. It's difficult to convince anyone that it's not targeted at the Igbos. I'm not saying it was targeted at the Igbos, but it is difficult to convince anyone that it is not targeted at the Igbos based on the evidence that Tunde Bakare has provided. Tunde Bakare had exhibited himself, he has exhibited his behavior, and he shows a very patriotic Nigerian. He should be acknowledged and acclaimed and given the respect due to him. But the people that invited him to that meeting, they are the reason why it will be difficult to convince anyone that what's going on in Lagos, demolition, is not deliberate. Now, there's also something interesting that another Yoruba person of repute said that also give credence to the fact that this thing is targeted at the Igbos. The person I'm talking about is internationally acclaimed investigative journalist David Hundeyin. David Hundeyin is a Yoruba from Lagos. He's a Lagosian, born and bred in Lagos. His ancestral lineage in Lagos is far deeper than even that of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, David Hundeyin, in a post he made in his verified X handle, did acknowledge that the land grabbing in Lagos is targeted at the Igbos. Now, he said that what is going on in Lagos is land grabbing. He said that what is going on in Lagos is land grabbing. It's land grabbing. And the perpetrators, take note of this, and the perpetrators may have started with the Igbos. The perpetrators of this land grab going on, which the Igbos are paying the price, they may have started their land grabbing with the Igbos. David Hundeyin said that it will not end with the Igbos. They may have started with the Igbos, but it will not end with the Igbos. Now, this is what David Hundeyin wrote in his verified Twitter, his verified X handle, formerly known as Twitter. He said, the people who are secretly happy to watch Tinubu's land grabbers demolishing Igbo-owned buildings in Lekki should not expect any sympathy when Obalende and Ojuelegba enter it. These land grabbers have long had their eyes on those places. Now they have precedent. Good luck. End of quote. Now David Hundeyin is reminding those who are celebrating that they are this demolishing Igbo buildings, who are secretly happy. He said they should also know. He called them the Tinubu land grabbers. You can go to his handle and verify what I'm telling you. He called it the Tinubu land grabbers. That they have started with the Igbos, but they will not end with them. That soon they will have their eyes on Obalende and Ojuelegba, so that they who are happy to what is happening to the Igbos should also know that they may soon come after them, because the land grabbers, they now have a precedent. If they can do it and collect the lands from the Igbos, who is next? Those who are rejoicing may well cry tomorrow. That's what he's saying. That's what Hundeyin said. And Hundeyin, as I said, he is Yoruba himself. He is a respected investigative journalist of international repute. And he acknowledged here that what is going on is targeted at the Igbos. But he is also saying that it will not end on the Igbos. It will move beyond that. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. And again, don't forget, there's a link under this video that will take you to Jumia to pick some of the latest phones available. And if you buy any phone or anything through this link at Jumia, you are going to get 40% off from the price of any goods that you bought. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.